When he got to the pharmacy, he was perplexed by the amount of choice he was faced with in the sanitary towel section. He picked the first pack of pads that he thought would do and rushed to the checkout counter. The woman at the counter took one look at him and said, "Congratulations, sir, umfana intombazana." He hated people who wanted to make small talk. Why could she not just scan it and tell him how much it cost? "Ubani umfana intombazana?" he asked, trying his utmost to be patient. "Ingane yakho baba, I see you picked up hospital pads for women who've just given birth." She answered smirking.
I'm Phumla Dineo Goqla. I'm an associate professor of literature at Wits. I moderated the panel on Black women's writing. I thought it was a remarkable panel because it had very different kinds of writers, and I think that's important because very often when we think about when we talk about South African writing, South African black writing and black women's writing specifically, we usually have one kind of writer. And one of the most exciting things about living now is that there's such variety in the kind of work that black women are producing.
I always think literature is about time and place. And what I was trying to do, and what I continue trying to do with my writing is, 50 years from now, I want a child who picks up my book to be able to say, South Africa in the noughties was like this.
And then we had a poet, Phillipa de Villiers, who works around identity and questions some of the very things we take for granted very often when we talk about black women. And so questions, what is a black woman? What does it feel like? Because she has not always identified as a black woman.
Because this is a panel on women and the way women are represented, I'd like to do this poem which is called I Don't Know. It is a poem that I wrote for the woman who accused Jacob Zuma of rape. It's not a very... I'm a bit nervous about this poem now. I wrote it I was very emotional and very angry at the time, and now things have changed, and but my feelings haven't changed about what happened. And I don't, I've never disowned anything that I've written. I'll just say that was a time in my life where it's linked to that particular time. And yeah, I'd like to talk more about it as the panel progresses. It's called I Don't Know.
And so even as you're writing difficult things sometimes and uncomfortable things to hear that need to be said and are feeling that fear, you write through it nonetheless.
I think that I just want to be a better writer, and that means being really honest. And going there, despite how uncomfortable and scary it is, means that you have to just bite that bullet, have another whiskey and sit down and press send on your email, just press send.
Zukiswa, you read, now you are in a vastly different position as a writer in the South African landscape.
A lot of people say, you don't talk about this type of characters and whatever. And my characters are very much middle-class women, because middle class is what people are aspiring to. So they want, and I wanted characters that people could aspire to.
Because very often when we talk about black women, we talk about black women as, victims and how much pain is there now. And it's important to speak about it in interesting ways and in exciting ways and provocative ways, as you do, Phillipa. But very often the assumption is that our lives are so over-determined by difficulty that we don't think about sexual pleasure and so on. What is Sorry, she made a strange sound that the rest of you didn't hear because I heard something next to her.
Ultimately, emotions they cross gender, they cross class, and there was a need to start, looking at middle class values as well, and where are we going as a country.
What I liked about the range was that we could have the kind of conversation we probably would not have if we had 3 novelists, or 3 poets, or 3 playwrights.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I was raped or not. The uncle who held my hand and wiped the ice cream off my black patent leather shoes, who turned my face to him and then surprisingly stuck his tongue through my teeth. I'm not sure. He bought me another ice cream. The time I got my new orange hot pants with a yellow patent leather belt and paraded in front of him, and he smiled and told me I was beautiful and asked me when I was turning 12, and I laughed and said, only after I've turned 11. Clamped in his caress, his eyes searching mine, asking, is that nice, baby? Is it nice? And he seemed to need me to say yes. So I did, but it was sore, and now I'm not sure if it was my fault or not, because I lied. I'm not sure if I was raped or not. I wanted a massage. His hands are really strong, and he's used to my body. He's taken care of me before. You can say one thing or 55 things. I said thank you, because he was giving me so much. I was really stuck with nowhere to live. He gave me more than I was asking for. I really did only want a place to sleep and a massage, but I don't know if I was raped, because that short word is so much a piece of darkness stuffed into a screaming mouth. I don't know. I'm not sure. He's my uncle. He bought me an ice cream. He was helping me out. Thank you.